$600 stimulus check, stimulus package update, Ukraine nuclear power plant, social security tax cuts. We have a lot to cover today, guys. Inflation and stimulus. They're both on the main page today, but I definitely know exactly which one we prefer. And here on our channel, we give you guys all the news that you actually care about: the US economy, inflation, prices, the latest money-making online business, and remote work job opportunities available for you guys. And not to mention the daily dose in vitamin of stimulus. So what are you guys waiting for? Hit the subscribe button now, join the financial freedom family, and also hit that notification bell so you will not miss any of my future videos. So anyway, let's go and jump right into it. Gas prices, transportation, energy, all that we're probably going to be feeling thanks for the Russian invasion. Now, Jerome Powell says that the good rule of thumb is that the $10 increase in the price of a barrel of oil leads to roughly 0.2% increase in inflation and a 0.1% hit to grow. Now, the latest just came in and US oil prices just surged to the highest level in 14 years. US crude surged another 7.4% on Friday, finishing the turbulent week at $115.68 a barrel. Now, that is the highest closing level since September 22nd, 2008, just a week after the whole Lehman Brothers fiasco. If you guys remember that the whole 2008 crash was a big mess back then, you guys remember that? Now, these latest gains, they leave crude nearly 26% more expensive and just before Russian invaded Ukraine. Now, the question is, how high will oil prices go before they actually start driving down demand because it's too expensive? Finger crossed on US companies ramping up production, you guys. There also a nuclear agreement in the works with Iran. This could ease sanctions on that country's oil export and fill some of the supply shortfall. The latest update on the Russian invasion of Ukraine nuclear terror. That's how Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described the recent Russian occupation of the largest nuclear plant in Europe. Some crazy stuff went down during the battle where Russians took over the nuclear plant. Fire started and got people real worried, including me. Thankfully, the fire is under control now and the nuclear plant seems to be pretty safe even though it's now occupied by the Russians. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in the Facebook post, quote, "No country besides Russia has ever fired upon an atomic power plant reactors the first time in history." NATO Chief Jens Stoltenberg said the clashes in the nuclear facility show, quote, "the ridiculousness of this war," while UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said, quote, "it's very difficult to believe that it wasn't done deliberately," in quote. Ukraine's nuclear operators, or that the plant management was now in quoting working at gunpoint, end quote. According to a member of Russian delegation, both sides have agreed on the third round of talks, which will happen in the nearest future. Let's just pray that Russian President Vladimir Putin finally wakes up and stops his invasion of Ukraine and lets some send love of the people of Ukraine and to the people of Russia who are against the war. Now back here on Americans' oil. Our biggest challenge is the out of the control inflation, oil and energy problems, supply shortage, labor shortage, and blooming demand. President Biden's State of the Union address, he said inflation is essentially robbing the people of the benefits of the supposedly strong economy. President Biden also acknowledged, quote, "too many families are struggling to keep up with the bills." He also said, quote, "inflation is robbing them on the gains they bought, otherwise they would be able to feel and grow." He then pitches his Build Back Better plan but didn't outright mention the name. Instead, he focused on the parts of it that would actually lower costs for Americans. Okay, so we have three major parts here. Number one, fixing the tax code. If you want to fix the tax cuts and make everyone pay their fair share, whether it's the very wealthiest or corporations that pay nothing, then you have to fix the tax code. Then you find out what revenues you have from that if you fix it, end quote. That brings us to number two, which is reducing prescription drug prices. Well, the other thing we should agree on is the high pharmaceutical prices, so you allow the negotiations, end quote. Now, with the money that they get from these plans, Mansion wants to focus on climate change and actually reducing the budget deficit. So that's number 3, quote, half the money should be dedicated to fighting inflation and reducing the deficit. The other half you can pick for a 10-year program, whether you think it's the highest priority or right now it seems to be the environment, and that's pretty costly one. We'll take care of it, end quote. $600 still have checks announced and confirmed. This is for the people in the state of origin, especially low-income workers who were on the job in the early days of the pandemic. The payments would go to Oregonians who claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit in 2020, which is a tax break for low-income working households. And the Oregon Department of Revenue said about 245,000 Oregonians would be eligible with payments limited to one payment per household, and the plan started out as $2,000 check. But then the bill sponsor said, hey, more targeted payments would have been administratively burdensome and would have had requirements for workers to apply. Payments could have been delayed by months and even years if that were the case. So instead, what they decided to do is focus on just low-income working families. Now, as one senator said, quote, cash payments make a huge difference in the lives of working families, and that's true now. If only other lawmakers on Capitol Hill could finally realize that more stimulus good news for our financial freedom fam over the Minnesota. This time now, the state just announced the largest tax cut in the state's history, including eliminating taxes on all Social Security benefits. This is a huge My Social Security family. Minnesota Republicans put in a proposal to get rid of taxes on Social Security incomes and reduce the lowest tier income tax rate from 5.35% to 2.8%. Now, according to Democrats, Republicans' proposal would mostly benefit Minnesota's wealthiest taxpayers and also hamstring lawmakers' ability to spend money elsewhere. Now, according to these tax cuts, Democrats propose distributing $1,500 bonus checks to frontline workers. Democratic Governor Tim Walz, he also wants to send relief checks on $175 or $350 to more than 2.7 million Minnesota households. What do you think, guys? Are you leaning toward any of these proposals, or do you want lawmakers to just get on with it already? Drop me a quick comment down below. Now, in the meantime, this was today's stimulus package update as well as daily news report inflation that we could see in the new Build Back Better bill. And last but definitely not the least, the stimulus lowdown for the day, including $600 stimulus checks and the proposal largest tax cut in the state history that includes eliminating taxes on all Social Security benefits. Do not miss out, you guys. Subscribe to the channel now. Also ring that notification bell right after, and don't forget about the like button. I just want to thank you guys so much for always hitting the like button on each and every one of my videos. I hope these are helping you. I really appreciate it, each and every one of you guys. I cannot thank you enough. Hope to see you in the next one. Until then, take care.